Hi everyone, and welcome to Heart Matters. We have another great show lined up for you today, with some wonderful guests in store. I'm sure that we can all think of pivotal moments in our lives that have changed us, or altered the course of our life in a major way. Well, our guest today had an accident at his home that had the potential to drastically change his life forever. Listen in as Ivan Cassell and his wife Alfreda share about this frightening ordeal and how they came out on the other side. Also joining us as today's musical guests, we're thrilled to welcome our friends Carla and Steve Clarke. So let's get things started with their first song, I Fix My Eyes. Enjoy.
Jesus, till the things of this earth closed captioning provided by Terry's Tents, offering services such as printing, embroidery, craft supplies, and canvas fabrication for over 30 years. Located in Happy Valley Goose Bay.
My name is Ivan Cassell, and this is my wife, Alfreda, and we live in Corner Brook, Newfoundland. We're originally from a place called Upinaber, grew up as a boy, and my wife is from Little Aberdeen. We have 3 daughters, 3 grown daughters. One lives here, one's in Fort Mac, and our oldest daughter lives in Ottawa. We have 6 grandchildren. Everything was sort of a normal day in the Castle household. January 1st, 2025 was any other normal day, other than it was a holiday, so we're taken down from Christmas. Fairly busy, I suppose, and getting ready to take down from Christmas, and we're planning on going to Florida on the 10th, which is only 9 days after that. So I walk about 10 kilometers every day, so that's my route. That was my routine. And so New Year's Day was a great day, beautiful day. So I finished up my 10K walk and came back and came in the back entrance of the house that we were living in Steadybrook, and came upstairs, and there was some decorations or a garland, whatever it was on the floor in the kitchen. I said to Alfreda, "Is that ready to go?" She said, "Yeah, it's ready to go." So I bent down, picked it up, and when I got back up, I was like woozy, I guess you'd call it, and momentarily lost consciousness, and like there's a railing that goes all the way from the bottom of the stairs right to the top of the bedrooms. So I must have fell forward and hit that railing, and embedded my glasses into my nose right here, and I guess snapped back. And so when I finally regained consciousness, I was sliding down the stairwell on my right side, and as I was sliding, when I regained consciousness, I was saying, "Lord, help me, Lord, help me." And that's when Alfreda heard me, and then she came running. And when she came running, and she said, "What happened? What happened?" I said, I don't know. I said, "You better call 911. I said, "I either got my legs broke, arms broke, back broke, or anything." So when I finally stopped sliding, my feet was on the bottom step. The rest of my body was on the floor, and with absolutely no feeling from my neck down. Then Alfred just said, "Don't move." And I said, I can't move. I had absolutely no movement.
I'm not thinking, I'm just acting. I'm running down the stairs, and I'm telling him not to move, and I'm trying to see to the blood because he was bleeding a lot, and didn't panic. No, I just...
She was in nurse mode.
Yeah, I think so. If you had heard the 3 words when he was on the 5th step, he called on God really quickly. He's on about the 5th step, and I could hear him, and it was desperate, right? It was, "Lord, help me. Lord, help me."
It was not like the last resort. It was the first call. And paramedics came. I mean, it seemed like it was only like 15 minutes, and we lived in Steadybrook. And they came, did a great job finally cut off my shirt and my jacket and put me on the backboard and got me aboard the ambulance, and I had no feeling in my arms or legs. Got me into the hospital, and Alfreda came down, so they finally they got the CAT scan or whatever, x-rays and CAT scan, and so they came back, the news came back. Now what we wanted to hear that I had broken my neck in 2 places and I had some damage to my spinal cord, but that was the doctor in St. John's that told us that. But they looked after us very, very well, stitched up my cut on my nose and what have you, and I couldn't move. I mean, my mind was going like, say, 1,000 miles a minute. What's this going to be, wheelchair for the rest of my life? A partial verse of scripture that came to me, and it's in 2 Chronicles 20:12, when Joshua had all the armies come against him. And he said, my back is to the wall, in order, he's saying to God, my back is to the wall. We don't know what to do. We have nowhere to go. So my eyes are on you. And that's the part of the verse that I clung to. Lord, I have nowhere to go. I don't know what to do. So my eyes are on you. Our family roots, is strong faith, strong belief in God. So then Alfreda got on the phone to her oldest daughter, I guess in Ottawa, or text her. And so anyway, she started a prayer chain at her church. And my sisters up in Labrador City, they started a prayer chain. My sister in Grand Falls, she started a prayer chain with her church. And our daughter in Ottawa, she had friends from Australia. They called Australia. They had friends praying in Australia. Now the physicians did a great job as well. We, the health authority, we have nothing but high praise for them. So finally got in St. Here ambulance, and they took me to St. John's, and they looked after me on the ambulance. And so got to St. John's, and the hematologist was there, and he said, we're not going to be able to do surgery on this man. And so when the doctor said, why not? He said, because his blood platelets are too low to do surgery. And so Dr. Jenkins, who was the physician, the neurosurgeon, he said, get that man up here. He said, our window is closing. He said, we only have 48 hours. He said, no, the window's closing, because we were now into the 3rd day. He said, well, there's one bag of platelets, he said, in the old health science complex that will fit me, that will match me. So I got that one bag of platelets they gave me that evening, and brought my platelets up to 112, I think it was, or something like that. So,
enough for surgery.
It's just enough for surgery.
I knew everyone was praying, and for me, I was more like getting things done, If something like that happens, you got to depend on others to pray, because you're not always, up to it yourself. You're so busy getting this done. You're like a Martha, I never once thought that a wheelchair or being a paraplegic, never came in my mind like that. Never. I was just trusting God and taking it one day at a time. When I was getting ready to go to St. John's, I grabbed this purse, and one day it fell over, and the contents spilled out, and then this thing spilled out. It's from May the 6th, 1982. And all things whatsoever you ask in prayer believing, you shall receive. So, that was a big boost of confidence and faith for me, right?
So about 3 days in after the surgery, so they came in, they said, well, I can probably get you up today. So they lifted me out and put me in a chair. And it felt like the most uncomfortable chair in the world. But the next day, she came in and she said, the physio said, we maybe can get you up and see if you walk today. And I said, okay, fine, and I agreed to everything they say. So anyway, got me up, I took a walker and walked on down the hall, probably and around maybe 100 feet, I suppose, total. And then she said, do you think you could go up a couple of steps, because they have the platform for you to step up on? So I walked up those steps and back. The next day they came, and she said, well, we get you up to walk again today, and see how you do. So I went down, walked forward, and then walked back by the wall, and like a rail, walked backwards, scuffed back and forth. So when she got it all said and done, she said, Ivan, no Miller Center for you. She said, you'll be going home. But the attending physician that was with me all the time. And he said, Ivan, not everybody goes out of here like you're going out. He said, with your injury. He said, most people goes out of here, he said, in a wheelchair or in a cast. And we left the hospital without even a prescription for a drug of any kind. It happened the 1st of January. We had surgery on the 3rd, got discharged on the 16th of January, drove home on the 17th of January from, our daughter was in there, she drove me home. Like at home, it was like bedroom downstairs, and I said, well, maybe stay in here because there's a bedroom and a bathroom like close by. We had to climb any stairs. No, I said, I've gone up and sleep in my home bed. So I walked on up now through 2 flights of stairs, walked up 2 flights of stairs and went from there. Then we had to go to OT, occupational therapy, at the hospital. And so went in. This was towards the end of January. She looked at the file and she looked at me and she looked at Alfreda. She looked at the file again and she said, are you Ivan? I said, yeah, I am. She said, the folder here, she said, I'm looking for a man pushing a walker. She said, can't move hardly any of his limbs or do anything. We don't see this. She said, this don't happen. This don't happen in a condition like yours. She said, this is a miracle in itself. She said, this just don't happen. You don't have to come back see me anymore. And I said, Alfreda, am I that bad looking? Nobody wants to see me anymore or what? What's going on here? Life has been good. I'm back to driving, and as I went into the office, I had a text from my daughter. She said, my spies tell me you're in the office, Dad, and you're driving. She said, when I saw you in January, I said, he and Dad will never drive again. But then again, she said, how could I doubt God?
We're thanking God every day. Every day.
Every day. I thank God that every day I get up and say, look, the grass looks greener, the pavement looks blacker. I mean, if it's a pothole, it don't matter to me too much. So I go around it. So, in the scary moment, just hang on to God. Trust God. Trust God.
We appreciate all the people who have shared their stories here on Heart Matters over the years. It's not always easy to get in front of the camera, but our guests realize the impact that a story can have when the spotlight is focused on Jesus. Perhaps you have a story to tell, or maybe a friend or family member has an experience to share with all of us. Maybe there's a unique event happening in your community, or an incredible singer from your area. We'd love to hear about it. Simply drop by our website and leave us a message. Or you can write us on social media, where you can also keep up to date with what's happening here each week. It's a blessing to be able to collaborate together and partner with what God is doing all around our beautiful province. Still to come in today's show, The Bottom Line with Mike Freake, and more music from Carla and Steve Clarke when Heart Matters returns.
Scott's Transport Limited is a family-owned and operated full transportation company located in beautiful Deer Lake. In business for over 25 years and with a fleet of modern equipment and dedicated team, we service the growing needs of businesses from Newfoundland and Labrador to Ontario and locations in between. If it matters to you, it matters to us.
Begin your next outdoor adventure with Notre Dame Recreation, where you'll find a full line of BRP products. From fun in the snow to riding the waves and adventures in between, they've got it covered with Ski-Doo, Can-Am, and Sea-Doo products. Visit your nearest Notre Dame Recreation Center.
Have you ever noticed how it seems like everything in our world today needs to be recharged? And the list is long, from iPhones to laptops, toothbrushes, power tools, tablets, watches, scooters, bicycles, and now cars. Now, I don't own an electric car, but I think I would start to get a little worried really fast if I was driving down the highway and the battery started to run low, and knowing that I don't have much power left and there wasn't a charging station nearby. Now, to be honest, it's getting easier to find places to recharge. These charging stations are popping up everywhere as more and more vehicles move in the direction of being battery operated. The truth is, our lives aren't much different. We all hit those seasons when we feel like we're running on empty, and we feel tired and depleted. We feel overwhelmed by the circumstances of life. Maybe it shows up as stress when every little thing feels overwhelming and we struggle to cope. Or maybe it's discouragement when you just can't seem to find joy in the things that once gave you energy. Sometimes it's burnout, when you're doing all the right things but there's nothing left in the tank. And other times that it's, that quiet sense of emptiness, like something's missing even though your schedule is really full. But here's the good news. Emptiness isn't the end. It's actually an invitation to trust and place our hope in a power source that is greater than ourselves. Just like a phone was never designed to run on 2%, your soul, my soul, was never designed to run without being recharged. The Bible actually says in Isaiah 40 that He gives strength to the weary and He increases the power of the weak. And those who hope in the Lord will renew or recharge their strength. That's great news. There's a way to recharge when we are feeling empty. And it is possible because there is a power source available for every one of us. And it's not found in another cup of coffee, sorry, coffee lovers, or in another day off, or that dream vacation, or even just trying harder. There's nothing wrong with any of that. But our true source of strength is found in God, when we place our hope in Him. Because when we place our hope and trust in Him, it's like plugging into the ultimate charging station. And He fills us again. He renews our strength. And He restores what life has drained from us. And He restores what circumstances have stolen from us. Unfortunately, in times of desperation, people often try to recharge in all the wrong places. They run to renew some sense of purpose for their lives, only to discover that the more that they attempt to recharge apart from God, they are just as empty as they were to begin with. So maybe today you feel like you're running on fumes, and you feel like the tank of your life is bone dry, and you have nothing left. The bottom line is that you don't have to try and be the power. No, you just have to stay connected to the power. And God's power source is always near and it's always available. So make sure to plug into all that God has for you.
Come to me, you weary one, and I will give you rest. I will give you rest. Come to me, you weary one, and I will give you rest. I will give you rest. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Take me upon you. I will give you rest. Come to me, you troubled one, and I will give you peace. I will give you peace. like eagles, and my joy will be your strength. So take me upon you, I will give you joy. Come to me, and come to me. Come to me, and I have been waiting for you here, and I have been waiting here for you. Come to me.
A theme that is stretched across this episode has been relying on God. Carla just sang, "Come to me, you weary one, and I will give you peace." Mike Freake talked about connecting to God as our source of power and recharging in His presence. And Ivan and Alfreda talked about leaning on God in some of life's scariest moments. But see, here's the thing. The time to start building your faith is not when the devastation hits. No, you need to be building up and fortifying your faith on the daily so that when the wind and the waves of life start, you already have a foundation to stand on. I want to thank everyone who made this episode another great one, and a big thank you to all of you for tuning in. We hope you join us again next week.